Welcome back to episode 11 of Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, where we are diving straight into Treeshroud Forest. So we are now teamed up with Grovyle, we are now fully on his side, and we're going to go after our first time here. So, this is going to be a tough dungeon, because it's 20 straight floors, no breaks in between. Right, let's bring this guy up. But at least we have Grovyle on our side for this, who is, to all intents and purposes, a beast at this stage of the game. It's a shame we don't get Celebi as well. Obviously Celebi's still in the future. Do we have any money? Oh, we do. I'll grab... If that is a revolver, it is. One of the few times I'm actually going to use the Kecleon shop. I can't even remember what I gave. Good, I'm happy with that. Shame he didn't have flamethrower, but we'll deal with that. So the theme of this one's really beautiful, to be honest. It's kind of got that... It's very much a mysterious vibe. That's very much the main aspect of the theme. Because this is the first dungeon in a while we've been in the past rather than the future. So the map layout at this stage is bright, compared to every map in the future which is dark. I love the use of waterfall. I love when the rings, like... It's a weird OCD thing, the rings get larger and shorter with waterfalls. I love it when the big ring hits the Pokemon. It just looks alright. Yeah, first dungeon in the past for a while. And at this stage we don't really know at all what's happened in the past since we've been away. We haven't had any chats to any Pokemon from the past. We've been hidden in Sharpedo Bluff. So anything could have happened. What we do know from the future is that what we did, i.e. Uxie Mesprit and herself returning the time gears, that obviously didn't stop the minus paralysis. So we know we're going to have to do something. Starting with the time gears. We're only on the third floor. It feels like a long dungeon already, and I know this is 20 floors. At least the kind of floor layout isn't too bad. Rooms are quite big. Nice type advantage against nearly everything in here as well. I'd definitely accept that. Look out for it. I think they've got flash fire, so they'll just absorb any fire type move I do use. He loves that move, almost as much as I do. Fought all the way through it. This thing is very pretty. I know what happens at the end of this dungeon. This theme doesn't feel like it alludes to that at all, really. Like, normally there's an element of kind of foreshadowing in a lot of this game, especially with the story. But I don't think so in this theme. This is kind of... It is a kind of relatively dark theme, more mysterious than anything else, but I don't think it properly foreshadows what's waiting at the end of this. Right, he loves that move too much. There must be an IQ thing that stops him from attacking Pokemon that are asleep. I still haven't got the one I want, which is type advantage monster. Giving him so many gummies, still hasn't got it. God's sake, man. Right, there's a Let's Go Together, but there's also a... No. Maybe that's later in the game then, I don't know. Well, there's a Let's Go Together and a Stay Close, where he doesn't attack enemies as much. I mean, at least we get an XP from it. Let's move closer to the flamethrower, so I don't get to him. They're all coming in clutch. Sam not wanting to fight at all. No, that's why. keep forgetting I'll do that. Because he's not going to attack at range then. I think we can recruit any Pokemon at this point because it's a story dungeon. Interesting to see what's here at least. Oh, interesting. Alright, that's... Can Sam not learn that? Really? Really? I was gonna say, that's quite a good water move, I feel. Double damage if it's down to half a lot. Oh well, we can't learn it anyway. Would have been interesting, but apparently not. Right, halfway through. So the enemies have changed. Just want to speak to him at this point, but... Yeah, very much. Grovyle's still impatient as ever. Sam's just got his normal routine conversation ones. Nearly there. I don't think we're going to have any trouble from here. We've still got about 10 reviver seeds in the bag. So. I think I have done this whole game without being beat at all before. Oh dear. I think it is kind of... I don't know, I've got relatively lucky in this playthrough, I think. In that I haven't run into... Well, the few monster houses I have run into, I've had the right items to beat. It was Quicksand Cave where we lost about 4. Maybe even more. Right, I don't think I have a max it, so good. Already got plenty of apples. Just moves really. Oh dear. I don't like Vacuum Cut anymore. I think the damage is just too low for it to be a viable move. As soon as I get Lava Plume, I'll replace it with that. Let him do that. It's in. Nice. I don't think there's any... Right, I might just have to use a Reviver Seed here, just take myself out, so I don't have a max elixir. Yeah, it's annoying that your partner Pokemon only use their moves sometimes, like there's no consistent way. Like now, Grovyle, you know, will only use Quick Attack maybe half the time. So he didn't use it then for no particular reason. Just think I guess the counter. Yep. And yeah, across that gap as well, he's only using Quick Attack sometimes, so it's annoyingly inconsistent, but that's how the game works. Brick Break. Right, Sam can learn that, I think. What would I replace it with? I don't think I'm going to bother with that, but it's a decent move, but I'm not going to go for it. Nearly there. We'll have that just for the sake of it. Don't need it. As well. Got pretty much no way of attacking now unless I get taken out. Well, that's all of my moves gone in. Go on, beat me. Finish me. I don't think Sam's got any... He's out of Water Pulse, so we can't attack the corners anymore. It's just normal attacks until I die and use a Reviver Seed. Load of rubbish. Alright, I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll move around. I think I'm gonna hope to get hit too badly here. That's fine. Oh, can I not go down the stairs if I... No. I was rather hoping that wouldn't matter, but never mind. Thank you, Sam. 2 more. Don't want to go for first. Last one. Not what I meant, but take that. The Absorb's a pretty good move, and it's the weakest of the Absorb range. I think Giga Drain is the best one. So we can't teach any Grovyle any TMs, but if we could, we'd have Energy Ball and Giga Drain for sure. Last room. There we go. And we're done. Now we get the ending. Deep Treeshroud Forest, and it's dark. So we've seen this image a lot before, and it's Treeshroud Forest at this exact moment. Time is at a standstill here. Just before we were dragged. This nightmarish scene. We'll make sure they return to their rightful places. Time remains stopped here. And there it is. The time gear was returned, but time wasn't returned to normal. These leaves are fixed in place. Why is this happening? Grovyle, take it anyway. It's gone even darker. Time's already stopped here, won't make any difference. Something that's more worrying. Something I'd like Sam to do. Gather some intel. Yep, good move. Learn everything you can about what's going on in this world right now. Because still, up until this point, we just don't know at all. There'd be an uproar. Keep a low profile. So at this stage, we have no idea why this has happened. We haven't spoken to anyone from the past since we left in the first place, really, since Dustin took us. I'm back. I've got some news, and the word is not very good. Everyone was happy because they thought time would return to normal, but time remained stuck, and it's spreading. It's Grovyle now. Can only mean one thing: temporal tower starting to collapse. This is bad. Problems accelerating. So at this point we have no idea why Temporal Tower is collapsing, and that's not explained in the main story. It's only in the postgame. Planet's paralysis is coming on fast. Needs to gather time gears, and they must be put in place in Temporal Tower, where Dialga lives. Located in a place called the Hidden Land. No one knows where it is. Problem number 2. That's why I think we need to split up for now. I'll go collect the time gears, and we're going to search for the Hidden Land. Sounds like a plan. So Grovyle's going back to his original mission. And he's on 1 out of 5 time gears now. He got up all the way up to 4 out of 5, which is frustrating. Got all the way up to 4 out of 5, and then Azel did that fail-safe at Crystal Cave. Stopped him from getting it. And he got taken back to the future with 0. Even consider crossing the sea. Consider the means to do so. But Grovyle has no idea. So clearly in the future, well, me and him were gathering intel, me as a human. We clearly didn't work out how to get to the hidden land. We just worked out where the time gears were before we made our journey back to the past. Let's find the hidden land. Where should we begin looking? Why don't we think about how we can cross the sea? Go onto the beach. Noteworthily, no Krabby at this point. We only see the Krabby at the very beginning and end of the game. Coming up with anything. Where are we supposed to even begin looking? We have no choice. We need everyone's help. Oh, I didn't even... didn't have time to consider the options there. I've said Treasure Town, but... yeah, I selected the wrong option there. That's not what I meant, because I didn't read the dialogue options. Where are you going to suggest? Let's go to Wigglytuff's Guild. Think about Grovyle and Dusknoir. Even about our past. How can they believe us? Yeah, I mean, Dusknoir in this period of time was like the hero. So will the guild believe? That is the question. I'm going to arrogantly say they will believe. Yeah, everyone's convinced that Grovyle's the villain. And, like, I said it in a previous episode, but it's so, like, easy to see how people did believe that Grovyle was the villain. A, he was still in the time gears, and B's personality was such that, like, he didn't care who got in the way. He had his mission, and he was going to achieve it, regardless of who he had to get through. And yeah, everyone thinks so highly of Dusknoir. He's so polite. And it's going to be a difficult mission. But we should tell them anyway. Yes, tell them. We need everyone's help. And that's why. We get the beach thing. Even though there's no Krabby with the bubbles, we still get the thing. Let's go home. Go back to the guild, tell everyone the truth. But no explanation at that point as to why the Krabby weren't there. Interesting. Chapter 17, the guild's crew. We're nearly there. Chapter 17 out of 20. Looks like it's sunset. Feels like we've been gone a long time. We certainly have. Yeah, very interesting to like see what the guild would have been thinking, because clearly we got dragged into the future by Dusknoir, and they haven't seen us since. We were good friends to all the guild members. I don't know how long chronologically we've been away for. Pokémon detected. The footprint belongs to... He's left the sentry post. That footprint, it's Sam. Long time no see. Simple as that. And here comes everyone. It's true, we're back. Sweet scene. Nice chat up. Quickly followed by the Guildmaster. Welcome home. No questions yet, just welcome home. And now we've told everyone the truth. So there's the story. Hold on for a moment. Let me get this story straight. Grovyle is actually a good Pokemon. Pressing the time gears to save the world. Yep. And the Great Dusknoir only pretended to be kind. He was actually a heinous and wicked villain. I remember that line of dialogue so well. That's not how we phrased it, but... And Zack was Grovyle's partner. Yep. Dusknoir wanted to kill us. Yep. So he took us both to the future. And so... we managed to escape. And we made it home. This planet will soon become paralysed. So we've started gathering time gears again, and we're looking for the hidden land. That's all of it. And now we get... See, this is a difficult scene, because, like, Chatot, to me, isn't a particularly likeable Pokemon at all. You must have had a bad dream or something, and this is frustrating now. Why don't you just go to bed, get some rest? No! You sound we're lying. Yeah, Chatot, not pleasant at all. Doesn't believe us at all. Now Chatot's getting angry. And I hate this line as well. I'm so smart and I haven't heard of it, therefore it doesn't exist. Horrible. Great Dusknoir is far too kind to do anything like you've alleged. Don't care what you say. That's simply unbelievable. Dugtrio now. He's not one of the closest guild members to us, but we cannot believe it, Dugtrio says. I don't know to what extent this is his own thoughts or he's just siding with Chatot here, but... See, everyone shares the same opinion, but... something I don't understand. It'll be the scene where Dusknoir dragged us in. So at that point, Dusknoir had no regard for what anyone would have thought of him, because he clearly didn't think he was ever going to come back to the past at this point. At that point, he'd succeeded in his mission. He'd got all of the guys he wanted to get rid of in one place. That was job done. It was strange any way you look at it. Don't you think that Samazak just fell into the dimension hole by accident? Chatot, man! Ladred's on Sunflora's side. Dusknoir grabbed Sam and Zack. Corphish is with us as well. What Sam said is true, then what Dusknoir did suddenly makes perfect sense. They're thinking about it. I believe them. Bidoof! Bidoof is the unsung hero of this game. Like, he is the definition of... might not have the physical qualities of strength and, you know, determination, but he has got heart. 100% he is in the right, and he has got heart. Bidoof is the first one to step up and say, I believe him. There's something more important. Sam and Zack are more important. That's why I believe him. And then from what Bidoof starts, Corphish believes, Sunflora believes, and Loudred believes, Diglett, Charmeco. And now we've convinced Dugtrio. I think Dugtrio is more giving in to peer pressure than anything, but... at this point, Wigglytuff hasn't said anything, interestingly. Until now. Well, higher. Sounds like we all agree. Then let's begin searching for the hidden land. So at this point, this is interesting now. This scene very much interesting. Chatot isn't convinced. You don't need to worry about Chatot. Chatot is convinced. So at this point, I think Wigglytuff and Chatot are good friends, and Wigglytuff is just covering for Chatot. I still don't like Chatot. At all. I like Loudred a lot more than Chatot. Yes, I believed them right from the start. No, you didn't. Unbelievable. Wanted to put your friendship to the test. Bullshit, man. Chatot's just too arrogant. I'm annoyed Wigglytuff's covered for him. I believe you. Wigglytuff believes us. Time is stopping in more and more places. Means we have to search for the hidden land. Let's do this. Shifting all our efforts. We have to let everyone know what's happening in the world. Yeah, this is going to be a difficult task because, I mean, we've now convinced the guild, so, I mean, we've got, as the guild, quite a lot of authority, I would imagine, in this world, but we have to let Azelf and his friends know too. If they're back at the lakes, they might try and stop Grovyle. Yeah. Once those errands are done, gather information. It's been a long time since we've heard this theme, but it feels courageous. The wise Torkoal, the town elder, may know something. We've met him before. Hot spring. Off the waterfall cave. That nice old Pokémon. So this is a weird part of the game. I think we got to the hot spring through Waterfall Cave. I think by the map, hot spring is closer. And if we're going through Waterfall Cave, that means we have to be swept away by the waterfall again, just to get to the hot spring, which is presumably far more easily accessible. You must be hungry. Love those noises. Same as the dungeon noises. And you should have dinner and get a good night's sleep. We are fully back at the guild. Sack's belly growled again. Good old laugh with the guild. It's like the end of Lord of the Rings where they just sit around Frodo's bed laughing. For no particular reason. And again, those 3 spots remained unfilled, and they forever will be. And now I believe we are back in our old beds. We are. Feels like I'm finally home. That first rude awakening in a long time. So here we go, we've got our mission. I think we do actually have to do the Waterfall Cave dungeon, which is very silly. So we now have to go and convince everyone of the truth that Grovyle's the good guy and Dusknoir the bad guy. Must go at the hot spring. Right, I want to speak to chat. Like, I want a dialogue option that is basically, fuck you. Did not give us the comeback we wanted. There you go. Wigglytuff's just man on a mission. Right, I don't think we actually get... I'll speak to these guys as well. I don't think... no one's going to have heard of them. I don't think there's any point until after the main game now where we actually do missions. I think it is 100% story from now. Alright, it's been a long time, but we of course have to go and see the Purple Kekleon. Speak to these guys first. We're back. Oh yeah, I don't think they were in the town square when Dusknoir dragged us off, so... winning them over with my honesty. Yeah, Bidoof, just such an unsung hero. Like, he is probably one of the best characters in the game, because he's just... That's hard to believe. Hero overall. Interesting. So Grovyle is actually good, Dusknoir is the bad guy. So it looks like your absence kept me from resting in peace. Good bit of dialogue, but yeah, it's interesting what the other Pokemon think, because obviously, I mean, even though we've told them the truth and they're clearly finding it hard to accept, I think just by knowing that bit of information that, like, even the thought that Grovyle might be good. No, don't get any dialogue from Marowak, but even the thought that Grovyle might be good and Dusknoir might be bad, they're clearly not going to trust Dusknoir. And I think that if Dusknoir ever came back to like Treasure Town, I think even with the like limited information and no real proof that we've given the Pokemon of Treasure Town, I don't think they'd trust Dusknoir, and I think it'd cause Dusknoir to act in such a way that it'd just lash out. And I don't think it's safe to deny the rumour. Interesting. Always count on my support. Helping to get the word out, yeah. It looks like they're doing a good job, Pokemon of the Guild. You get Zartu. It has been a long time, that's all I say. Kangaskhan as well. Kangaskhan just very much mother vibes in both games. I'll say both. Is Kangaskhan in Super? I can't remember. Probably. Have you got Flamethrower? That'd be a lovely welcome back treat. If I was Grass, that'd be lovely, but nah. Kekleon once again just concerned about the money. Right, won't bother with that. I think that is pretty much all we need, so interesting. I think it's quite clear that a lot of Pokemon aren't like 100% convinced. They've heard what we know is the truth. But, yeah. Right, Waterfall Cave. It's silly that we have to go through Waterfall Cave for this part, but we do. Yeah, clearly not 100% convinced, but were anything to happen from here, I think they would be on our side. Like, if Dusknoir ever came back, I think the Pokemon of Treasure Town would not receive him warmly. And if Grovyle came back, they would not attack him. It's just me and Sam for the first time in the start of the future. Hopefully we'll get some blue gummies while we're here so we can finally get Sam type advantage master. Hopefully. It's been a while since he's learnt anything. Well, there weren't many gummies in the future, to be fair. I just have a thought, could have taken some missions on Waterfall Cave, but I think there's a thing in both this game and the first one where if you do missions in a dungeon, you don't get the boss at the end. It just doesn't appear. And you don't progress with the story. Pretty sure they fixed that in Super. 2 damage. We have grown strong since we've last come in. Yeah, Super's my reference to a more recent Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, Super and DX. Because there was Gates to Infinity, but I'm not counting that because it was shit. I think I played that once and just thought, what was the point? Because it's just such an... It felt so unfinished. I mean, I've said it before, but yeah. No recruitable legendaries, no sense of completionism after the main story. And the main story itself just... I mean, that's the one thing that annoys me about Super, is that they basically repeated the final boss. It's not a Pokemon. And even more annoying in Super is you can't lose the final battle. If you do lose, you just teleport straight back to just before the final boss. And it's got the same HP remaining as you left it at. So if you got really close and it had 10 HP left, when you restart the fight, it would have that 10 HP and you'd knock it out in one hit. The final boss, which... Yeah, I don't like that. It's kind of obviously more kid-orientated, because... I mean, in the first 2 games, the final boss is difficult. So right, the missing cutscene there would have been that we were hit by the waterfall again and washed all the way here. Like 10 miles away. I'm making Mankey. Mankey, a returning character, but no real dialogue. And here's Torkoal. I seek your wisdom. I have heard of it. Oh! He's the first Pokemon we've come across so far that has heard of it. Lies beyond the sea, in a hidden place. So Grovyle was right when he thought it might be beyond the sea. I was only the chosen to find it. One must possess certain qualities. So maybe this is why Grovyle and the main character in the future couldn't find the hidden land. Because we didn't have those qualities, maybe. They are... I'm sorry, he's forgotten. Oh dear. It's important. You need proof. I love how this theme stops and restarts every time Torkoal remembers. Very good editing. Proof? What kind of proof? No, he's forgotten again. Now we get the silly thing. Nope, that's it. That's all he can remember. Let's go back to the guild. So we got a decent bit of information there, regardless. So Torkoal couldn't provide many answers. We know that we need proof. Noteworthy here that Diglett isn't... Oh, yes he is. Never mind. Keep trying. Have dinner and rest up for the night. I think at this point, I mean, it's obviously not clear how long chronologically we're away from the guild, but just the fact that we can sit down, have dinner, and then go to a warm bed within what is essentially a house, compared to what we've experienced so far in the future, it must be pretty nice. Things aren't going as well as we'd hoped, but I wonder how Grovyle is doing. I don't think we get any glimpses into how Grovyle is doing at all. Certainly no flashes to where he is or what he's doing. Because he has to go through, Fogbound Lake, Crystal Cave, Quicksand Desert, and Quicksand Cave. And wherever the final time gear is, which is the second time gear realistically. I think we do actually learn what that second time gear is in the Team Charm special episode. We're not giving up. Let's get out there and investigate again. Let's do it. Where shall we go? Pokémon detected. Whose footprint? It's Torkoal, the town elder. Ooh. I love that little insight of just where the guild actually functions properly and where Diglett's messages actually they work as expected. Do you maybe remember something? He did. Only one recollection surfaced. Every little bit helps. Said that you needed proof. Proof bears an inscription of a certain pattern. Find a pattern. So Torkoal clearly knows it, it's just a matter of how to describe it. And it's quite intricate and odd. Peculiar pattern. One that you rarely see. Could it be? Peculiar. And the main character's remembered. There we go. We finally get the answer as to what this scene has been building up to. There was a long time we went without Sam mentioning the relic fragment. So when we were in the future he didn't mention it. It's only after we got back and he had that interaction with Grovyle that we were reminded of the relic fragment. Shall I talk up? You take a look at this. This is it. That's the relic fragment. That's the proof. So where did we get it? And Sam doesn't remember. Just happened to pick it up. Shares the same pattern. There's no question that it has something to do with it. And now we get another very interesting bit of dialogue. Maybe not yet. We are indeed trying to find the hidden land. This pattern. We've seen this somewhere before. sea inlet to the northwest. Inside Brine Cave. That place. Vicious Bandit was there. Saw this pattern deep inside Brine Cave. A Vicious Bandit lurks there. Set off for Brine Cave tomorrow. We're doing it. So we've not long since been back from the future, really. So there's 3 big kind of multi-dungeon adventures in this game. The first being the expedition, the second being the future, and the third being the final part of the main story. And we've only done Waterfall Cave in between those second and third big adventures. Okay, so we're setting off for Brine Cave tomorrow. It's just a case of getting ready now. Shout out, you stay at the guild tomorrow. See, this is the kind of... From now, you can't, like... Wigglytuff clearly cares a lot for Chattel. They're good friends, have been for many years. That's why I must go. Let's go with Team Ultra. See, at this point, Chattel kind of have, from now on, I mean, I haven't liked Chattel at all so far in any of the stories, but the scenes we get with Chattel from now are, you kind of have a bit more sympathy for him. Just let down you go. Chattel's still been a bit of a knob in conversation, but... Program's going too. Whole guild is going. Still a bit of a knob to Wigglytuff. Go get ready while you have the chance. Doesn't give too much away. Oh, I don't remember what this is now. Let's talk up to the young again. And here we go. Wahaho. We all know who that is. It's Team Skull. They're still trying to mess with the guild. Let me take this chat elsewhere. Oh dear. Now they're getting involved again. So we know they don't pose any threat to the guild as a whole, given that Wigglytuff knocked them all out on their own. Speak to these two lazy bastards. Being motivated isn't really our thing. Alright, let's get some supplies. I mean, we don't really need much, but obviously we've got to check Purple Kecleon for TMs. Speak to everyone while we're here. No time to be soaking in the hot spring. Yeah, what are we supposed to do? Any of the shopkeepers have any dialogue? No, not anymore. I feel like it has a higher chance of appearing later in the game. I'm definitely wrong there, but... No, Energy Ball twice in a row. That's annoying. I believe. So it looks like, if anything, people are more... Or is this the same dialogue? I can't really tell. I suppose they are. And then finally Vigoroth. Oh, actually, yes, we continue this way. Check out Sharpedo Bluff. Maybe Grovyle is back. Let's go and have a look. So we didn't bother to cover up the entrance this time. Weird move. And the beautiful little alcove. No Grovyle, but there's clearly a note down there. Let's see what he says. Get through. Things are going well. Already collected 3 time gears. And you have to find 2 more. So clearly of those 3, at least one of them's from one of the ones that was guarded by Yuxi, Mesprit and Azelf. Azelf and his friends fully understood the situation and they fully cooperated. Well, so all that effort Grovyle went through last time, he knocked out Yuxi, knocked out Mesprit and Azelf. And this time they've just let him straight past. So, yeah, very much heartening to know that more and more Pokemon are coming to trust us. It must feel pretty good for Grovyle. Something more troubling. Dusknoir is liable to return from the future at any time. Dusknoir failed to get rid of us. Makes sense that he'd come back for us. We should still keep a low profile. Instead go to Torpedo Bluff or the beach. Together we shall stop the planet's paralysis from Grovyle. Seems like it's hard at work. Let's check the beach in that case. Let's do it. Let's read it. You can read it again if you want to, I guess. No need. Go straight through it. Don't think we've got much money to be worrying about. No. Not going to bother depositing that because we definitely won't be beaten. He says optimistically. Chapter 18 now, Lapras. That's a beautiful picture right there. It's a shame it was kind of darked out with the text. Doesn't look like Grovyle's here. The Krabby aren't here either, no. There's a reason for it this time, but not last time, for whatever reason. It's too bad. It's here that Coughing and his sidekick stole my relic fragment. The very first adventure. Flashbacks in this game are so good. It's like so much has changed since then. We get the beach theme. Make me feel brave. So well written, this part. The relic fragment was the start of both. I'd be really interested to see what every part of this like treasure town and the beach looks like if time was paralysed. Because obviously we only ever see him looking beautiful. Let's fulfill that mission that I had before losing the mission with Grovyle. What is that? Looks like a Lapras to me. Could be. And now we reveal the reason why the Krabby went around. It's Team Skull. Scared of us. Get that relic fragment back from them one way or another. It means the hidden land is going to be explored by none other than us. That's a weird line of dialogue, because, like, presumably Torkoal told them everything. Because he's an old man and they would have just beaten him up if they didn't. And, like, they would have known that the hidden land exists so that you can stop the planet from being paralysed. There's no, like, treasure there. So do they just want the glory of saving the world? Well, that doesn't sound like them at all. So, don't quite know what their motives are here, other than just to mess with the guild again. I guess that's it. Like, they're just out to screw with everyone. Yeah, interesting. Because this will be the final encounter we have with Team Skull. They're not in the post-game story at all. You never see them again after this. But So we're asleep. Okay, this scene's not about us. It's about Lapras and... Wigglytuff. One time they see, they know each other. Promise you now. Today, here to see you about that promise. I want the floor to uphold it. Please tell me about that strange pattern you once saw. And that's all we see. It's left a mystery until later. Okay, so the next mission is, of course, to go to Brine Cave and investigate the pan, but I will leave that for the next episode, so I will see you then. Peace!